What if your healing didn't feel like a performance, but like a conversation? I'm Elise, an author, trauma advocate, and a woman who has lived through self-sabotage, silence, and survival. If you're ready to stop abandoning yourself and start reclaiming your voice, pull up a chair. This is where hard truths are held gently. This is where survival becomes sovereignty. This is Talks with Friends. Hey guys, and welcome back to Talk with Friends. It's Elise, your host. Last episode, I shared my story of survival, silence, and unraveling. Today, we're talking about self-sabotage. Not the surface level version, not procrastinating your laundry, not skipping a workout. I'm talking about the deeper patterns. The ones that cost you intimacy, visibility, opportunity, and sometimes your own voice. Now, this is not an end-all, do-all. This is not a cancel culture episode. This is a space for you to breathe. And I want to begin clearly. Self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It is often a trauma response. And for years, I believed I lacked discipline. I believed I just needed to try harder, be more confident, and be more consistent. But self-sabotage is rarely about laziness. It's about safety. When your nervous system has experienced violation, unpredictability, abandonment, or emotional inconsistency, it learns to scan for danger constantly. And when something feels uncertain, even if it's all good, and that can look a lot like pulling away when intimacy deepens, overworking to avoid feeling, procrastinating opportunities that could elevate you, choosing partners who mirror old wounds, dimming your voice in rooms you're meant to lead. Now, these are not random behaviors, they are adaptations. Your nervous system is asking one question at all times. Is this safe? If the answer feels unclear, self-sabotage becomes protection. So take a breath here. Notice what your body does when we name patterns. There's no shame in awareness, only information. We often hear about fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, but let's make this real. Fight can look like defensiveness, quick irritation, pushing people away before they get close. And fight can look like overachievement, busyness, avoiding stillness, because stillness brings memory. And freeze can look like procrastination, indecision, scrolling instead of acting, calling it confusion when it is actually overwhelm. Fawn can look like over-accommodation, reading the room constantly, abandoning your needs, and preserving that connection. None of those are moral failures. They are survival strategies. They once kept you safe. Your body will continue using them until it learns you are safe now. Self-sabotage feels personal because it feels familiar. And familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. Now, if chaos was normalized, peace can feel suspicious. If inconsistency was common, stability can feel boring. And if love was conditional, healthy connections can feel foreign. So the brain prefers predictable pain over unpredictable peace. That's not weakness, that's neurobiology. But awareness changes trajectory. When you shift from asking what's wrong with me to asking, what is my body protecting me from? You move from shame to strategy. Compassion does not mean complacency. Understanding your trauma response does not mean surrendering to it. You can say, I understand why I pull away. And also, I am choosing differently now. Now here's something you can practice this week. When you notice a pattern beginning, pause. Instead of spiraling into self-criticism, ask, what am I protecting right now? Then regulate first. Begin by slowing your breath, placing your feet on the floor, step outside. Use cold water on your wrists if necessary, and lengthen your exhale. Decision-making from regulation changes everything. You cannot shame your nervous system into transformation. You teach it safety. If you ever labeled yourself inconsistent, dramatic, too much, avoidant, needy, self-destructive, pause. Your nervous system adapted. But survival mode is not your destiny. Integration is possible. Remember to join me on our next episode as we talk about what happens when the body remembers what the mind avoids. This is Talks with Friends.